When I was 2.5 or 3, I had my stomach pumped. So that's like 67 years ago. Everybody say, Aunt Beth, you don't look 70. Anyway, did I just violate some sort of social law? I don't know. Telling my age. Anyway, when I was 2.5 or 3, I had my stomach pumped. And there's sometimes when a smell will bring back that memory. It's like one of the first memories I ever had. I was laying flat on my back with the tubes coming down. Anyway, good morning. This is Aunt Beth. Welcome to my lamppost. So I want to talk about poisoning and toxic people and how to protect yourself from them. The other time I remember intentionally, I didn't know, sampling, poisoning myself was we were at church and the janitor had cleaned up something and his bucket was out there. You know, one of those mop buckets, you know, the metal ones on wheels that rattle. But the soapy water tasted like root beer. I mean, it smelled like root beer. So I stuck my finger in it and tasted it. My dad happened to be standing right next to me and was horrified. I was like, Dad, it smelled like root beer. Oh, he was so mad. Now, the reason that I had my stomach pumped is because when I was growing up, my mom, no candy, no soup for you. And we were at my nana's, and she had camphor balls scattered in the back of her closet on the floor. Well, those round white things look like candy to me. Yeah, okay. Looks like candy, not candy. Looks good, toxic. Are you seeing the parallel thought here? So we're in chapter 5 of Matthew actually today, and it's part 1 of Sermon on the Mount. Jesus did not number these Gospels. Some monk did for reference. So the Sermon on the Mount is chopped up over a couple chapters, but this is part 1, Matthew 5. And I always hated that part where it says, pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. That's verse 44. Love your enemies, pray for those who curse you. I am not a goody two-shoes, and I can't stand hypocrisy. Pray for you. Yeah, all right. Can't do it. It's really hard. But as I was reading this through this past week, it suddenly occurred to me it's not for the person, it's for me. It's the antidote to toxic poison in my system. I don't know if you've ever seen people who are just hateful. You know, I try to stay away from that. But they'll launch their missiles. Remember Frodo in Lord of the Rings when he gets that dart that's working towards his heart? He thought he was tempted to draw near to the ring lords or whatever, and the race, and they put an arrow in him, and it was working its way to his heart and almost killed him. And ever after he could see in the dark a little bit better, he was more sensitive. Yeah, that's like darts of the enemy. Man, they get at you. That's toxic overload. But I think it also depends on how we think about prayer. Is prayer sort of like a complaint box where you just put it in and you never get an answer? You know, sending stuff into a black hole. I don't think God intended that. I think He intended it as sort of a diagnostic counseling session where you just walk through what's really going on here. So, prayers for people you're like, easy peasy. Prayers for people that have used you, abused you, they're just evil. That's not so you like them. That's so you get the toxin over, the poison out of your system. It's working its way to your heart. It'll kill you. You know, a friend of mine used to say that a flowing fountain, can't be plugged. So if we're praying life out of our heart, it's very hard for hate and evil and poisonous words to work their way in. So he wasn't talking about being a goody two-shoes. Yeah, I'm not much of that. What he was talking about was muscular Christianity, where you sit down with the Lord and have a counseling session, a diagnostic session, where you figure out what's going on and how you can respond. It's warfare, you know? It's not an namby-pamby, wimpy, goody two-shoes kind of response. You got to get the poison out. It's like keeping charcoal in your fridge in case any of your kids does something stupid. It's toxic overdose protection. So stay away from the camphor balls and toxic people. Okay. When I checked my cross references in my Bible, it listed Deuteronomy 23, 3-6, and Leviticus 19:18. Leviticus 19:18 says, love your neighbor as yourself. I thought Jesus was the first one who said it. I was wrong. And Deuteronomy 23, 3-6 basically talks about people that aren't your tribe. Keep separate from those who betrayed you. Be nice to the people that helped you. So he's not talking about pretending you like them. He's just saying stay away from toxic people. But pray for them. Get the poison out. You and I cannot afford it. So those are my thoughts. Matthew chapter 5. Hope this encourages you. Have a fabulous day. All God's best.